Good day. As we close out 2024 and welcome in the new year, there's no better time to reflect on what these past 12 months have meant for transportation and, even more importantly, for the people of California. And because our accomplishments are not done in a vacuum, at the outset, I must share why my gratitude runs deep for CalSTA's 8 departments, boards, and commissions, and every local, regional, state, federal, and external partner. It is your tireless work and dedication to improving quality of life for all people that continues to make every corner of our great state safer, more equitable, cleaner, and even more prosperous. So, of course, powering this meaningful work are our core 4 priorities of safety, equity, climate action, and economic prosperity. And guiding the way, none other than Governor Gavin Newsom. Through his leadership, the direct path to a California for all is well lit and clearly marked. Together, we're going in the right direction and are equipped with the best state and federal support. At CalSTA, we feel an overwhelming sense of pride at the people-centric contributions our teams make every day. So before I get into the exciting details, it's just a brief aerial view of our extraordinary 2024. We've sharply reduced organized retail theft. We continue considerable construction on our high-speed rail project, and in the process have created vital, good-paying jobs across the state. We've also made record investments in safety projects and enforcement to protect Californians on our roadways and our vast transportation network. And as we help rebuild California, every project, every accomplishment fulfills our intention to serve all Californians. Our most critical gauge for success is how every Californian is faring.
This year, we continued our deep commitment to public safety. As of November, the Organized Retail Crime Task Force, led by the CHP, conducted 777 investigations, resulting in the recovery of over 671,000 stolen items valued at more than $13 million. Notably, arrests have surged by 40% compared to 2023, reaching a total of 1,406. To further bolster local law enforcement efforts, California allocated $267 million to 55 local law enforcement agencies across California to help communities combat organized retail crime. In the first half of 2024 alone, grant recipients reported over 6,900 arrests statewide related to retail theft, motor vehicle theft, and cargo theft offenses as a result of the leadership provided by the CHP. To date, high-speed rail has created more than 14,000 high-paying construction jobs, with more than 70% of those jobs going to residents of California's Central Valley. We invested more than $4 million in infrastructure improvements and increased enforcement to make a busy section of the Pacific Coast Highway safer. As of August, injury collisions on the PCH in the Malibu area were down more than 36%. CalSTA published our first ever strategic plan this year. To advance our goal of strengthening California's role as a global leader in clean transportation, we traveled to China, Africa, met with transportation infrastructure authorities from Mexico, and attended Climate Week in New York City. These international partnerships are key in helping reach our climate goals. We're excited to report that the Join the CHP 1000 recruitment campaign is working. The Highway Patrol received more than 23,000 cadet applications through November, about a 30% increase over 2023 numbers, and the most cadet applications received by the department since 2013. 649 officers have been sworn in this year. The CHP is also proudly celebrating 50 years of women serving as sworn officers. We now have more than 430 women serving as sworn CHP officers across California. The High-Speed Rail Authority received the final environmental clearance for a 38-mile segment near Burbank, the final environmental clearance needed to close the gap between San Francisco and Los Angeles. Clean California has already created more than 18,000 jobs. Over the last 3 years, workers have cleaned up more than 2.6 million cubic yards of litter. That includes 50,000 tires and more than 12,000 mattresses. The Office of Traffic Safety and the new Motor Vehicle Board successfully brought state and federal agencies together to encourage Californians to check the recall status on their vehicles with the CheckToProtect.org campaign. Caltrans hoisted the first of 82 130-ton beams into place on the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing over US 101 in Agoura Hills. When complete, this wildlife crossing will be the largest corridor of its kind, providing a safe passage for animals crossing the freeway and increasing safety for motorists traveling on US 101. More than $1.3 billion from the Transit and Intercity Rail Capital Program was awarded to 27 passenger rail and transit projects. Since 2015, this now brings the total to more than $11.5 billion for 153 projects. The Board of Pilot Commissioners implemented new pilot fatigue mitigation regulations, mandating work hour limits and minimum rest periods for harbor pilots to manage pilot fatigue and ensure the safe operation of vessels in our ports. The 25-member Transit Transformation Task Force convened in person this year for the first time. Members come from state government, local agencies, academic institutions, advocacy organizations, and other stakeholders to help develop transit-related policy, operations, ridership growth, and rider experience. The DMV eliminated the written driver's test for thousands of California drivers aged 70 and older. This change reduces lines and wait times at DMV offices, improving service for other DMV customers and allowing staff to devote their time to more critical tasks. The DMV is now using artificial intelligence to review personalized license plate applications looking for illegal or inappropriate language. Using AI saves staff time and bolsters consistency in the decision-making process. And finally, California, along with Oregon and Washington, have been awarded $102 million to install publicly available charging stations and hydrogen fueling stations for trucks along Interstate 5 and other key freight corridors. The multi-state West Coast corridor will boost emissions-free freight movement of goods locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally.
Pretty incredible. Don't you agree? What an absolute privilege it is to be doing this essential work on behalf of all people. Transportation is a living, breathing element. It connects people to other people, to communities, experiences, ecosystems, education, opportunities, services. The possibilities of connection are endless. The difference we can and will continue to make in our state is outstanding. Whether someone has a role in government, academia, the private sector, or nonprofits, doing work that connects has the potential to make an impact beyond our greatest imaginations. And what you just watched is proof of just that. What a truly exciting year it has been. And I can't wait for even more innovation and quality of life improvements for each and every Californian in 2025. I couldn't be more grateful for getting to do this work alongside those of you who are wholeheartedly committed to our People First mission. For more important information on many 2024 accomplishments, please visit the CalSTA website on your screen to read our accomplishments report. The very best to all of you and your loved ones in the new year ahead. Thank you again for all that you do.